Carly, this is Dan.
Yes, sir. I don't know if I'm talking to the right department or not, but I'm interested in really buying one of your kits.
Okay.
One of the questions I have is about the commuter 2.0 system.
What truck are we talking?
Ford F350 2017.
Okay.
First of all, I want to run a 37 12.5-inch tire on this.
Okay.
And I'm looking at one of your kits. It says Ford leveling diesel commuter, and it says select base kit. In your base kit, it says track bar, caster shims, brake lines, front drop bumps, front leveling coils.
Correct.
All for $1,500, $1,580, whatever.
It should be $1,775.
$1,775. $1,775. Well, one's 15 its price, configure 15. One is $1,975. Okay. I want to keep the rear stock, and the reason is I have airbags on it already.
Okay.
So I don't want to put on your springs or anything. I just want to. Does this come with? First of all, does it come with 4 shocks?
Absolutely.
Okay. This kit, the one you said was 17 or 15. I'm not sure which.
Well, you said the leveling commuter kit. The leveling commuter kit is $1,775 for just the base kit.
Okay. And that comes. Is there anything else that I would need to put on these tires?
Nope. That's it.
Okay. Do you sell direct to the public?
We do not. We're just a manufacturer here.
Okay, that's what I was...
And, of course, I am obliged to tell you, regardless of what you want to do, that we tune that with the Adapacks in the rear. So you're not going to get the full ride quality out of it unless you modify the rear springs, maybe throw some Daystar cradles on those bags. Either way, there are ways to make that rear a heck of a lot better than it is. But it sounds like you already know that. Just food for thought, because I don't want to get a call from you later that tells me I should have told you, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand it. Now, okay, let's talk about your leveling, your springs. If I put your springs on there, what's going to happen with my airbags if you change the height?
Well, it's not changing the height. It's changing the configuration. So the rear end, that truck is rated for what it's rated for based on its rear axle and its main spring pack. The upper and lower overload have no bearing on it. The block has no bearing, so it has nothing to do with anything back there. And either way, you've completely changed it. Putting airbags on the truck means you have stiff springs when it's unloaded, so it rides miserable when it's unloaded, and then you air up the airbags when you're loaded. So the airbags will make up the capacity no matter what you do in the rear. Any airbag kit you put on that truck is going to be capable of about 10,000 pounds of capacity. So you already have enough capacity for a commercial truck in the back. So to have those needlessly stiff springs sitting there makes no sense at all. So the least you could do is go ahead.
Okay, I'll tell you what I tow. I tow 12,000-pound gooseneck, and it fits in the bed. It sags when it's hooked. It sags a little bit. I just air the bags up. When I air the bags down to like 10 pounds, I don't notice them back there. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Because your rear end is so stiff. So the problem is you don't now, but you're a stock truck. So the thing is, no matter what spring you put in the rear, those airbags are going to be plenty to haul a 12,000-pound gooseneck. I mean, I have a 2016 F350, and my truck is rated for 17,200 pounds, and you're 25-30% under what a 2016 can tow. So all that being said, my point is to say that if you soften the rear springs for a better unloaded ride quality, then you're going to get exactly that, a better unloaded ride quality with no sacrifice to payload capacity because you've got airbags that can tow twice what your truck is capable of. So I would tell you, then basically take out the block, modify the leaf springs to run the Adapack, enjoy the softer ride when it's unloaded, and then when you're loaded, it's going to require, maybe another 10, 15 PSI in the airbags, but you're not touching their capacity. So no big deal. Okay.
So you like your and you know all the bullshit out there on the internet.
Of course.
I'm sure.
I am painfully aware of all the bullshit on the internet. In fact, 90% of my job is controlling said bullshit. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Well, and I understand because I can't tell you how much I did the research on this. and
Sure.
your name kept coming up. I mean, time and time again, you kept coming up, and everybody is really trouting this system, and that's the only reason I'm making this phone call. Normally, I my last truck, a 10 or an 11, I just throw the blocks on the front, and away I go. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It beat me to death. Beat me literally to death. So
Right.
now I'm talking to you because I want this system, but you're telling me if I put your leaf options on, the leaf pack option on this, it will soften the ride, and my airbags will hold that maxed out 12,000-pound gooseneck.
Exactly what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that you could pull your airbags off and throw them in the garbage and run our Attapack and just experience a little bit of rear sag, and your truck would handle it without the airbags. So,
Yeah.
yes, I'm telling you that that's an extremely comfortable statement.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I talked to you because, like I said, I've been talking to everybody. I got a guy that's supposed to be trying to order me this kit from realtrucks.com. I buy a lot of stuff through them. He can't. Apparently, he's not doing it, so that's why I'm calling you.
We're a super high-end suspension company, and that being said, we only work through our dealer network. So, like the guys at Real Truck, I have nothing against them, but they're a huge place, meaning they're not super specialized. So we tend to shy away from letting people like that sell our product, not because they're incapable, but because they don't have the product knowledge. When you call a person about a Carly kit, I want you to be able to have a conversation like this. So I'm the sales manager here. I'm the one who makes sure that these people know what they're talking about. Now, if you call my stocking dealers like 8 Lug Truck Gear, CJC Off-Road, Hellbent Performance, any of these guys, you will not leave with a kit that needs modification. So they will all know that if you do the commuter kit and the Attapacks in the rear, that the block is eliminated, so you're going to have to change the airbag setup to attach to the axle, run a Daystar cradle to allow that airbag some room to breathe, and run a spacer to get that all set up properly. So it's not quite as simple as just swap this and put this in. There's, to get performance out of something, you got to set it all up right. And these guys who are professionals that sell Carly product almost exclusively will be able to guide you through that process and make sure you get the right kit. Point of fact, George at 8 Lug Truck Gear has this very kit on his 2015 truck or 2011 truck, whatever it is, and he already did that with all the airbag. And now he's running our 4.5 kit on his 2017 truck. The guy knows our stuff through and through. So he could sell you all parts needed to convert your airbags and to run our entire kit and get the best ride possible. But that knowledge is only going to come from somebody who basically makes a living off our product and knows it as well as we do.
What would you say that was 8 Lug?
8 Lug Truck Gear, and his name is George. I can even give you a phone number if you'd like.
Wait a minute, 8 Lug Truck Gear. I got him right here. I got you up on my iPad. Okay.
Perfect.
I got their phone number. Their stuff's popping. Of course, yours is right on the front page, is popping up. So I'm going to make a phone call to this gentleman because, like I said, from everything that I've read out there, this is the kit that I want on my truck.
Means I'm doing my job,
thing.
so I appreciate the feedback.
All right, one more thing. I have a Boss snowplow I've never put on this yet. It was on my other truck. I sold my other truck. It will be on this year. And I know you use a drop bracket on your sway bar.
Yep.
Am I going to be able to mount that back up to the frame and then drop the ears?
The problem is you can't just run an extended sway bar on these year trucks. They bind. So,
really?
No, unfortunately, it's not an option. If you look at our 4.5 kit, we do a drop bracket and a super cool-looking end link. That end link has more engineering than most lift kits do. But it doesn't work in the 2.5. There's no way to just extend the link and get the sway bar to properly cycle. So that's why we have to do the drop bracket, but it does interfere with snow plows. So it just depends. Some guys, take it to the bandsaw and cut out their snowplow stuff. Other guys take their sway bar off. There's people do different stuff, but unfortunately there's no fix currently for the snowplow bracket interference with the sway bar drop.
Yeah, what you just said, I've already looked at my old one, and that just came to mind too when I looked at it. Hey, I may have to take a plasma cutter and make a U-channel on this baby.
I hate to do it because you're talking about suspending and a 1,000-pound V plow or whatever from the front of your truck and dragging it on concrete. You don't want to be taking structure away, but it's I don't know. I wish I had a solution.
Yeah. Well, I fabricate enough that I'll have to come up with something because I have to have my plow on this truck, or I may just get crazy ass and buy another truck and throw it on there.
There you go.
Piece of junk.
Well, and your truck, if it's a 2017 Super Duty, that's way too nice a truck to be, pushing a plow with anyway, and corroding everything under the truck. So that would be my recommendation. If it's in the budget, then roll a new truck that you can let rot out from the frame rails and not care about, not your $70,000 brand new truck.
Yeah, I really like this truck. I use it for work. My snow plow is. I've got 2 driveways, and both of them are about 3/8 of a mile long, plus parking areas. And I have another lot that I plow for a personal friend. I don't plow professionally. It's just that sometimes I got to throw the plow on and do some plow.
Well, and the guy with the plow is like the guy with the truck, right? He's the one who helps move, even though he's not a mover. I get it.
You got it. Maybe it's time for me to buy that Kubota I've always wanted and put the V-nose on it.
There you go. Reason to buy a tractor, right? We can always give you reasons to spend more money.
You got it. All right. Well, I appreciate all the information, and I will be giving this guy a call so I hang up from you.
Sounds great. I appreciate the call.
Thank you very much.
All right. My pleasure. Take care. You too. Bye-bye.